Hey, it's me, Raika. Today we're going to have a look at Astar, the Brilliant Flame from the Wilder faction. Now, this hero wears cloth-based gear, is part of the support class, and her primary role is to provide a significant amount of secondary buffs for your allies through shields, healing, and various other abilities to boost your allies during battle. So let's have a look at her skills. Her ultimate ability, Life Sparks. So when Astar has a full energy bar, she'll cast this ability. Asta immediately recovers some of her health and flies towards the area of the most allies and enemies on the battlefield. She heals her allies on the ground while airborne and converts the excess healing into energy recovery for the target. So she'll heal herself immediately for 20% of her max health. Then she'll proceed to fly towards either the enemies or the allies where there's the most concentration of both of these allies and enemies, and then she'll proceed to either heal your allies for 150% of her attack rating or deal damage to the enemies for 150% of her attack rating every zero point 0.5 seconds. Now, if the ally is at full health, they'll gain 20 points of energy during this period of time. And during this ability, Asta is invincible while using this skill. So what this means is she'll be above the battlefield and she'll not be able to be targetable through enemy effects, and she'll also be immune to control effects as well. The level 2, the amount of healing is increased to 180% of Asta's attack rating. The level 3, the energy recovery rate is increased from 20 points all the way to 30 points each time the allied target takes a bit of these life sparks from her ultimate ability. So let's have a look at the next skill over here. Lantern's Flame. Asta releases 5 fireballs to the area in front of her, so she'll swing her staff and 5 fireballs will appear. When a fireball strikes an enemy that bears a flame seed, the flame seed will explode but will not disappear. After the explosion, only one explosion will be triggered if multiple fireballs strike the same target. So as we can see over here, this will deal 220% of her attack rating to damage to the enemy target. This is increased further for level 2 and level 3 to 300% of her attack rating. And level 4, number of fireballs released is increased to 7 fireballs. So let's have a look at our next ability, Flame Seeds. So as we can see over here, the fireballs will trigger an explosion whenever they hit a flame seed. Asta deals damage to an enemy and inflicts them with a flame seed. While the flame seed exists, it deals damage every 1.5 seconds to a small area of enemies. When a target dies or is inflicted again with a flame seed, the flame seed will explode, dealing damage to all enemies within range while recovering a certain amount of max health for all allies within radius, after which the flame seed disappears. So as we can see over here, it will deal damage for 250% of attack rating every 1.5 seconds, and it will heal for 12% of your allies' maximum health if they are within the radius of the flame seed. The level 2, damage is increased to 320%. Level 3, enemies marked with a flame seed lose 20% of their attack rating, so this reduces the amount of incoming damage that is inflicted onto your allies. And the 13 engravings, enemies marked with the flame seed lose 30% of their attack rating. So this is a further damage reduction against enemy targets. So this hero is extremely powerful, especially against single target, as this ability will constantly be permanent on the single target enemy. So let's have a look at the next ability over here, Aura of Fire. Asta continues to swing her lantern, granting allies damage reduction during the period. After a while, all allies will receive a shield with a value equal to the total damage reduced during the given period. The shield lasts for 6 seconds. So as we can see over here, during this time, so this is for 6 seconds that the shield will exist for, as we can see, the allies will receive 40% less damage during that period, and they will in addition be granted a shield. Now, as we can see over here, the shield's value will be at least 250% of Asta's attack rating. In addition, Astar is immune to control effects while using this ability. So this is excellent, especially if you need that extra damage reduction when fighting those extremely overpowered enemies. The level 2, the duration of the shield is increased to 8 seconds, so that's 6 to 8. The level 3, if any allies, aura or fire shields still have an existing value when the shield effect ends, the remaining value of the shield will be converted into a shield for Astar, which exists for 5 seconds, and the 60 engravings, allies receive 60% less damage while Astar is waving her lantern. So as we can see, this is a massive increase, nearly a 50% increase from 40 to 60% less damage while Astar is waving her lantern. So let's have a look at her signature item. Now when you unlock Burning Wave, Astar deals damage to the same target area whenever she uses her ultimate for healing. So as we can see, this is an extra damage that can be given to her ultimate skill. The level 10 unlock, damage dealt by our ultimate is increased to 200%. The level 20, every time the ultimate skill Life Sparks deals damage, enemies are burned for the following 5 seconds, suffering 150% damage per second. Burning damage cannot be stacked. So this is an extra ability to keep enemies taking damage and allowing your allies to be more effective in battle. And the 30 signature item unlock, each of the skill's ultimate skill Life Sparks attacks is increased by 25% every time an enemy receives damage from it. Burning damage is not affected. So any other ability, so that means her lantern and flame seed explosion, but not the actual burn damage hit. So let's have a look at the furniture for Astar over here. Now when you unlock it, the 3 out of 3, when an enemy's target flame seed disappears, another random enemy will be marked with a flame seed. So what this flame seed does, it will constantly be pulsing and exploding. And a 9 out of 9, every time Astar uses her flame seeds skill, the number of targets is increased to 2 targets. So as we can see, this further makes her more effective in battle, allowing multiple targets to be affected by the same ability. So let's have a look at how she does in battle. Now, because she's a support, I would recommend putting her on the backline, as in this case. So as we can see, she's waving her lantern over here. This gives them the 40% damage reduction. And then after the damage reduction, the 40 or 60%, they gain a massive shield, which mitigates a massive amount of damage. So as we can see, this is how our ultimate looks like. There we go. There's one of the flame seeds. There's the fireball attack, another flame seed. There we go. Another flame seed. This is the icon above the mage over here. Now she will be using her ultimate. So she'll leap into the air. Then she'll constantly strike the enemies, being immune to damage and control during this time and dealing a massive amount of damage to the enemies. So let's have a look at how she does at a much higher level deficit. Now, as we can see from this team over here, she did a significant amount of damage. Now, the other allies also provided a significant amount of damage as well. However, her main role was to provide the necessary shields for her allies so that they can survive long enough in order to be extremely effective in battle. In addition, Astar provides a massive amount of damage reduction, which is 40% at 30 engravings. As we can see over here, she provides the necessary damage reduction. This is followed by the shields, which is placed on your entire team, be it either in the enemy half or your allied half. In addition, she also provides a decent amount of healing. Now, this healing is very area focused. That is where Astar is pointing. As we can see, she's currently in this area over here in the enemy half, and will only be providing that particular area with healing over there. So what is the minimum investment that I would recommend into this hero over here? Now, I would highly recommend getting her 30 signature item. The reason for this is this allows her to deal more damage in battle. This allows her to be more effective with her various other abilities, allows her to survive long enough so that she can use her ultimate and also be able to cast the necessary abilities such as the damage reduction and shield in order to heal up her allies and give them a necessary a bit of a delay from incoming damage with the shields that she provides. Now, I'll also highly recommend getting her 9 out of 9 furniture. The reason for this is this allows her to deal more damage with the extra seeds as we can see over here, as seeds do not disappear, and the enemies will be marked with an additional seed every single time. This allows you to essentially stack multiple seeds on top of the entire team. So nearly every single enemy target will have at least one flame seed, and when they are grouped up together, they will explode, healing your allies and dealing massive amounts of AoE damage, which will overlap from one enemy to the other as well. Now, in addition, I would also highly recommend getting her engravings. Now, the minimum I would recommend is getting her 30 engravings. However, another excellent idea is also to get her 60 engravings. The reason for this is for the 60% less damage. This allows her allies to survive longer and to be more effective in battle.